We started today at the Southwest Research Institute, which is a real gem in Texas in terms of the development of fundamental technologies and proving of fundamental technologies in the automotive industry for the automotive industry.
So Texas Lyceum today is looking at the automotive industry. It's in a lot of flux right now. There's a lot going on, lots of conversation, everything from trade treaties to autonomous vehicles. But in the end, the vehicles have to be manufactured. And so our region was blessed to get the Toyota plant back in 2005. But Texas really hasn't seen the type of growth we know that it can receive.
We focused on emissions and emissions research and emissions testing, which they do there for any and all manufacturers. And then we went and focused on autonomous. And they're doing a lot of autonomous research there. They have a proving grounds for different autonomous technologies where they are developing and proving for either for manufacturers or for their own research or for development of policy.
Well, we were talking about the status of the industry in automated vehicles. There's been a tremendous amount of work done and accomplishments made in the autonomous vehicle community, but there's still a lot of research to be done before they're going to be readily available for the consumer.
Got into some autonomous vehicles, which was kind of cool, a lot of fun. Went to, one of them was going real fast, which was fun. Got an 18-wheeler that was autonomous and another small SUV.
And then from there we came back and we had our keynote speech with Ed Whitaker, who is a Texan who ran AT&T for many years, but then also is credited with turning around GM. And then we went into the afternoon session with first a heated debate, very topical right now, going into the next legislative session on direct sales models, driven primarily by Tesla, who wants to sell vehicles directly to consumers, and the Texas Auto Dealers Association, who represents the franchise auto dealers in Texas.
I wanted them to get an understanding of just how many moving parts there are in this debate and how it's not so simple as just letting Tesla come in and sell a bunch of cars.
From there, I actually had a conversation with an incredible inspiration of mine, Fred Diaz. That was an off-the-record, in-depth look at how vehicles actually get made.
It was a good conversation about the importance of being in the truck business and what it takes to build and bring a real truck to the market.
From there, we went into a conversation on autonomous, and we had a panel of 4 fantastic speakers who all come from a different perspective. And I think that was very interesting to sort of tie that together with the actual application that we saw in the morning from Southwest Research Institute, who's actually applying those technologies. From there, we had a conversation, kind of an introduction with both Uber and Lyft about their business model and what they're doing, not only from disruption, but also maybe a change in the way that they are looking at interacting with the communities, particularly since the setbacks they had in Austin this last year.
The regulations that cities come up with are really important in terms of how companies like Lyft are able to grow and thrive. What we're hoping is that people who are listening to this presentation talk to their elected officials, tell them that we need uniformity in Texas.
And then we brought on a panel of policymakers and legislators. So we had Mayor Adler from Austin, and we had a state rep and San Antonio councilman who kind of clued us into what their thoughts are. And it was interesting to hear from both 2 cities, 2 municipalities dealing with the regulation and what their community needs or what they feel their community needs, but then also state level and how the state is going to address this.
Take a look to the future, because I think a lot of things are going to be changing. Technologies are changing, and that's going to require governments to be able to change to be able to encourage innovation.
I wanted to communicate about this patchwork approach to regulations and how regulations and taxes should really be viewed as the same thing. They ultimately increase cost, increase barriers to entry, which hurts job opportunities and hurts economic growth. So that was what I really wanted to communicate to the audience today, is that we need one statewide approach to really regulating ride sharing.
Tonight, we're here with Toyota. Toyota really hosted us, and this is a big part of the conversation. Toyota's move to Texas, consolidation from California, coming to Texas. They came here more than 10 years ago. I had a fantastic conversation just now where they really laid out why they made this decision, why Texas, and it was very interesting, I think, and we had some very thoughtful questions about the impact on the state and the impact on Toyota's business. Tomorrow, we will go for our experience, and nothing better than we are going to K1 Speed, which is an indoor go-karting facility that is fully electric. So it's clean technology, clean power, but a lot of fun. So we will be achieving speeds of 65 miles an hour in a warehouse in San Antonio, but then also we'll explore our competitive spirit, which should be a lot of fun, in crowning a champion